first time I came here was after 2 a.m. And at that point in time, the bar was open until 4 a.m. This was the hot spot.
The first night, it was crazy. It was busy. It was wall-to-wall people. It was very exciting. You know, we had many other bars, but they were looking forward to the RIPCORD to open.
It was a Saturday night. It was probably around 11 o'clock. And I walked in, and I mean, the sexual energy was off the charts. It was just, you know, everyone was having a great time.
There was sex everywhere. There was sex out here on the patio. There was sex in the bathroom. There was sex everywhere.
You know, most of the personal stories I have from RIPCORD are not PG.
There was a lot of, let's say, male bonding over sharing of friendship pins.
Yeah. But I do remember one time I had a friend, and it's like I lost him. And it's like, where the hell is he? I went over this place like 5 or 6 times. He was in the bathroom on the floor having all kinds of nasty sex. It's like, you've been in there for over an hour. You could at least told me.
One experience was I was in the bathroom and some guy was politely said, "Sir, please, sir, can I drink your piss, sir?" You know, so it was, you know, that type of casuality that doesn't really exist today, I think.
I would describe the RIPCORD to someone that hasn't been here as not the prettiest girl in the world, but with a great personality.
And it was like the first time I came in, it's like, everybody's in leather here. My God, it's dead of summer. It's hotter than hell. How in the hell are they wearing all that
They're
crap?
sweating in leather.
I've seen several of the clubs associated with the leather community in LA, the pups, doing a lot more to try to reignite the interest in the leather community, which I think is fantastic.
What does it mean to be part of the leather community here in Houston? To me, it's that I have a family of choice, that I can come out and be with people that have the same mindset that I have.
Some of the community you may have more in common with than others because leather has many facets.
Our main goal overall as a bar, too, as a leather bar, is to make sure that we're promoting leather and teaching the younger gays as well about that community as well.
Before coming to RIPCORD, I had heard of the bar, and I'd heard that it was a leather bar. I didn't know fully what that meant. I understood leather as far as fashion goes, but I was like, what does that mean as far as a community?
A lot of the younger people who may not know about leather are gaining interest in leather just because they're here. And that makes me feel really good.
These days, I primarily do demos for the RIPCORD. It's very important to teach the newer generations, you know, the different types of kink play, the, you know, safety behind the different types of kink play.
I think the biggest thing is everyone thinks that kink is automatically sex, but pride is more than just sex. Pride goes beyond all spectrums. Kink does belong in pride because I'm prideful for what I am and who I am and how I present myself, and leather and puppy are all considered prideful, and they do belong in pride.
Come on out, meet your friends, meet some new members of the community. The biggest stigma that I'm still noticing, especially from someone who's still very brand new to all of this, you don't have to be ashamed of who you are. You don't have to be ashamed of the kinks you have. You don't have to be ashamed of anything that you think makes you different.
I remember a day that a woman would not even been allowed in this bar.
We've been coming to the RIPCORD since 1988. You had to be dressed a certain way and looked a certain way before they would let you in.
Some of the things that I would hear about RIPCORD were like, you know, drag queens aren't allowed there, women aren't allowed there.
You didn't want to be Nelly, you know, you didn't want to be considered, you know, a drag queen. You did not want to be, you know, be considered a feminine. You wanted to be a butch guy that again, dressed the part and acted the part.
This bar was in desperate need of change.
When the new ownership came on board, and then that's when I came on board as well, and we discussed all of these things. There's a lot of intricate things that we said, and we set what our policies and what our innate values are going to be from this day forward. It was time to evolve. And the evolution is that yes, we were going to allow drag queens, we were going to allow women into the bar. You cannot, in my opinion, you cannot discriminate against 50% of the population.
The mid-90s, I was afraid that this bar would not be able to make it, but it changed.
There's a good presence of leather, and definitely there have been changes, but I really believe that the RIPCORD has done a good job of keeping up with current times and with acceptance of others in the community.
RIPCORD over the years, even though the ownership has changed, the staff has changed, it's always been family. I always feel at home here.
Everything evolves, and RIPCORD has had to do the same thing in order to address the changing demographics in the neighborhood.
When I was young and I was gay, the gay bars were your refuge. It's where you went because you felt safe there.
It seems like over the last couple of years, it's really attracting like a really kind of young, very diverse crowd, like very hip, which is encouraging to see. Like it's kind of found this new generation to kind of keep it going when a lot of gay bars are a lot of them are dying out or shutting down. So to see this place thriving is really cool.
It's still that dirty bar. I tell people like this is like a hole in the wall dirty bar, but you're gonna find cheap drinks, you're gonna find good music, you're gonna find great people to hang out with. You're not gonna feel judged or criticized for anything that you're wearing, the way you're acting, wherever you're coming from, And I think that's what makes this bar so great.
My first time coming here was to use the restroom. And I was disgusted by the fact that there was a bathtub there and only one stall with no door. But now I feel I want to jump in the bathtub now. I feel right at home.
Which I think we have the best drag shows. So it all started with Kinky Queens. And that was a tremendous hit.
Every month, the show was based on a different type of kink. You would walk into RIPCORD on a Thursday night of the show, and you didn't know what you were gonna get.
It's when the girls perform, you're right up close to them, and they actually have a stage that they can actually perform at.
We're here, come out, dance, have fun, drink, and again, that concludes fucking Kinky Queens. Again, my name is Robert Koa.
I have so many fond memories of being at RIPCORD. Well, I've had some opportunities to perform here, which is fantastic because this is one of the few spaces that will also give room for queer performers and for queer artists to have space and be their authentic selves, however they want to perform.
If you're having a great time, say hell yeah! Say hell yeah!
Tuesday nights when we have we've done Beyonce nights and we've done Lady Gaga nights, those nights, it's crazy. The energy that's in here, the love that people have for music and drag just all comes together in one night, and it's fucking explosive. So if I had somebody come up to me and tell me what goes on at RIPCORD, I honestly wouldn't even tell them anything. I'd be like, bitch, you just need to come and see it for yourself. Because there's no feeling or no explanation of a good night here. You literally have to come experience it for yourself. And I ain't got no problem dragging them along with me. So bitch, come on, I got you. Let's go party at RIPCORD.
As a bartender, I guess it's a Saturday night as a bartender would be fucking stupid busy. And I don't even looking up, and I'm just what do you want? Just tell in my ear.
This is the go-to spot to go to. Out of all of the gay bars in Houston, the line's always out the door because of the music, because of the staff that's here.
Is RIPCORD a safe space? Absolutely. I feel like I can walk in. I don't have to put on airs. No one else is putting on airs. We're just here. And we can be here together. And that's one of the beautiful moments and beautiful experiences that you can have here.
RIPCORD back in the day, it was like women weren't allowed. Drag queens definitely wouldn't show up here. So me being a bearded drag queen to sit at the bar and just like kiki with the bartenders, it's just like, I didn't feel judged. I didn't feel like people were looking at me weird. I was just here drinking in drag with my friends.
So I love coming here and seeing all the people from different groups, not just MLA that we love. Of course, we love all of them. But the Misfits, the Pups come out all the time. Every now and then we see the sisters, who we just adore, of course. So we love coming here because it's just so much fun every night. You never know what's going to happen.
I don't know what it is about these walls, but you kind of just like let yourself go and you just have fun, and everyone just really loves being here.
But when I started working here, I realized that there's so much love for this bar, and I realized why though, because everyone here is such like a family.
We're the second oldest bar in this neighborhood, and we are the oldest leather bar in Texas. And that you don't do that overnight. It takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of energy. It takes great people that we have to sustain that. So this December, we'll be celebrating our 40th anniversary, and we'll be celebrating throughout the entire 2023. We'll do something every month to commemorate our 40 years, because we can't do 40 years all in one night. It's a lot of history, and we want to recognize all of the people who got us to this point, and that's what we want to celebrate.